Good friends Kate and Charlie Gibson. They are the hosts of the Bookcase podcast. Today you guys are here to tell us about a really important effort getting kids to read and getting access to books.
Yeah, when my dad and I started the podcast, The Bookcase, we were really excited to get more people to read, but we also wanted to address parents' question, how do I get my kids to put down their screens and pick up a book?
And I think it's something that every parent talks about. And so we talked to the experts. Obviously, everybody says it's 101, read to your kids. That's, that's old hat. But what are the other ideas?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
With that familiar tune and friendly smile, Fred Rogers built a legacy of storytelling and sparking curiosity in young kids on his show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I'm an elephant and I stomp my foot. Can you do it?
I sure can.
So, who better to talk to than Emma Lee? She's the assistant director of the Fred Rogers Institute at St. Vincent College.
Fred talked a lot about there's a world of difference between insisting on someone's doing something and establishing an atmosphere in which they can grow into wanting to do it. It's hard to force somebody to read, and that's not really what we want to be doing, right?
Okay, so how do you do it?
One is Fred talked a lot about unhurried time.
This is a day that we can just relax.
It's so easy to get overly signed up for everything, but protecting some unhurried, quiet time is, I think, step one. The very best thing that caregivers can do is let your children see you love reading. That's what Fred did on the show.
Kids now get seduced by screens. How can you counteract that seduction that occurs without, as you said, commanding it?
Start training yourself that when you have that drive to grab your phone, maybe grab a book. Your child will see that, and over time, that will start to influence what they want to do with their free time.
So some takeaways here, if they will help. Number one, read to your kids. Number two, make sure there is time set aside for quiet. Maybe a half hour of TV and then equal quiet time with reading available.
Are you going to run home and read it immediately?
Next, my Kate met with Kate DiCamillo, who has won just about every award a children's author can win. She's written 36 books, The Tale of Despereaux, Because of Winn-Dixie, the Mercy Watson series, just to name a few. They met at Red Balloon Bookshop in Minneapolis, along with some kids and their parents. Kate DiCamillo started by reading to them from her new book, The Puppets of Spellhorst.
Once there was a king and a wolf and a girl with a shepherd's crook. Reading is like a glass-bottom boat ride. When somebody's reading aloud to you, it's just like you're looking at the world together and you can see the world hidden inside of the world that we already know.
I mentioned to Kate that research shows that more than 60% of low-income families can't afford books and don't have any around the home.
You can, and I will tear up talking about this, anywhere in this country, walk into a public library and they will bend over backwards to find the right book for you. Anybody has access to that. That's the first thing I say. And the second thing I say is let them see you reading for your own pleasure.
And so takeaway number 3, use the library.
If you can't get to the library, call the library. The library has lots of ways to get books to you.
Number 4, let your kids see you take out some books from the library for yourself. Number 5, have your children, as soon as they are able, read to you.
Sometimes when I'm talking to a room full of kids and adults, I'll say to the kids, go home and read to your adult. Like you're cooking dinner and your kid is reading to you. It's the best. What a gift.
Another idea from research, takeaway number 6, use the screens. Download some books you choose with your children on their phone or on your tablet. Make screen time reading time.
That is a great question. Okay, who's going to top that one?
As Kate talked with the kids at Red Balloon Bookshop, one boy told her about a great idea that his teacher employed to get his students to read.
We had a reading chain in my class. We had these little paper slips. You write your name and you write the book in down, and then you staple them together and then you hang them up.
So everything that the whole class has read is in a chain around the classroom?
Trying to make a circle around it.
I love it. I love it.
And then we'll make it the whole way we get pizza party.
So maybe that's takeaway number 7. Charlie, my daughter, I don't have to tie her down. We celebrate every time she finishes a book. She is addicted to that sense of accomplishment. Keep a list of what your kids are reading. They get really excited about it.
And I love that reading chain idea.
Yeah.
But the point is, there's no magic bullet, George. There really isn't. But the interesting thing, all the experts say, it's up to the parents. The kids aren't going to do it on their own.
It's all about modeling.
It's all about modeling. It's all about giving them quiet time. It's all about putting books on their screens, because the screens aren't dangerous.
Introducing them to the library.
And introducing them to the library, right? All those things. And let them see you read and see the enjoyment you get out of it.
Did you get it from your dad?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? It was the only store in the world he wasn't notoriously cheap, was the bookstore. He would buy you anything you wanted, but just in that store.
Something we have in common, Charlie. That is the same thing. Thank you guys for coming. And you can listen to the latest episode of Kate and Charlie's podcast now. It's with author John Clinch for his new book, The General and Julia. Just scan the QR code on your screen to go straight to the podcast.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.